Hello friends! I have 8 books, no more, no less, that I would like to recommend you for reading this fall season. If you are a book lover, if you are a big feeler, and if you are a cozy soul, welcome. This video is for you. So, not all of these books are fall specific, but I can guarantee that they will leave you with feelings of comfort. For each book, I'm going to share the title and author and like a sentence or two about the plot, and also rate it on a comfort scale ranging from quills and parchment to cinnamon buns. Who's with me? Who is my kind of crazy? That's what I want to know. Where to begin? I never know where to begin. Oh my goodness. Oh, the first book feels like it has to be the wow book. I found a book worthy of the first recommendation. In the Company of Witches by Auralee Wallace. I finished reading this book today and it was perfect. I mean, I was first drawn in by the cover. Look at the cheesiness of this cover. Oh, I love it. And then below it, I saw a handwritten recommendation from one of the employees of the bookstore I was at, and they described it as practical magic meets Sabrina the Teenage Witch meets Gilmore Girls. I cannot think of a more perfect trio for a book that I want to read in the fall time. And I can confirm that, at least in my experience, my favorite elements of each of those shows, movies, books are in this too. The story centers around a family of witches, specifically 2 aunts, 2 sisters, and their niece. And they run a bed and breakfast in a historic house in a very small, cute, cozy town. And one evening they discover that one of their guests has been murdered. Chaos ensues and everyone gets involved in trying to solve the mystery behind the loss of this person. And there's magic, there's whimsy, there's banter, there's descriptive yumminess. It's more than a murder mystery, I'd say. I typically don't like murder mysteries. The thing that I love about this book is the sisters' relationship, the family aspects, and the close-knittedness of the community. It's really, really heartwarming, super fun, and comfort level. A heartwarming cup of tea made for you especially by an aunt who loves you dearly. Next, I'd like to recommend a series. You can read any book in the series, it doesn't matter which. The book I have is The Pearls of Lutra by Jaques. This has been lent to me by a friend, and I want to say thank you so much, friend, for recommending it to me, because wow, what a series. It centers around woodland animals, and these woodland animals run a community. There's descriptions of food. There's always some sort of big mystery that needs to be solved with riddles. There's epic adventure. It's like The Hobbit meets The Wind in the Willows with like a Great British Bake Off twist. Reading this book feels like cozying up by the fire with a plate of your favorite cake and a fizzy drink that lifts your spirits. If you want to just check out and go to a safe, cozy place, Redwall series. Next, I'd like to recommend the Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa. Look at this cover. Look at those pretty maple leaves. This one will probably make you cry, but for good reasons. This is one of those books that makes you really, really, really appreciate your loved ones, whether they're human or furry friends. This is the sort of book to read when you're looking for a safe outlet to kind of release those melancholic inklings, or when you're feeling kind of wistful and nostalgic, and just you're feeling a mood and you need a friend to help you through that mood. That's this book. It's told from the perspective of a cat whose human is terminally ill and aware of this fact, and as such takes his beloved cat on a very long road trip, hoping to find him the perfect new home. And it's just one of those books that makes really simple moments seem very profound in a way that makes you feel like your ordinary life is beautiful. Comfort level, the perfectly spoken word when you needed it the most. Here's a genre jump. Legendb Born by Tracy Deonn. If you want fierce female protagonist energy, if you want magic, if you want lore mixed into modern day, this is your book. This is a retelling of the Arthurian legends in a way that I've never experienced before, that ties in so much more than that lore. The story centers around Bree, who lives her entire life thinking she's just a normal human, until the tragedy of losing her mother kind of awakens something in her. There's mystery, there's adventure, there's challenges, there's friendship, and there's a massive plot twist that I did not see coming, which is very rare actually. Very satisfying. Comfort level, it's thunderstorming outside, but I'm warm inside and feeling very excited by this storm. I've spoken about this a number of times. It's one of my all-time favorite books. I have to mention it. A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I don't know how to summarize this. This book is filled with magic. It's witches, it's vampires, it's demons, it's history. It's fast-paced, but also there are so many wonderful moments of peace and calm, descriptive coziness. You can feel safe reading this book. You can be caught up in the mystery of it, knowing that everything will turn out how you want it to turn out. I feel like I'm being very cryptic, but it's really difficult to explain why I love a book or to summarize a book without giving away the plot. And this one especially. The story is such a journey, I don't even know how to summarize it. Diana Bishop is a scholar. She's a professor. She has dedicated her life to reading manuscripts. She's really good at translating Old English and looking at books that are beyond old. One day, when she's in the Bodleian Library, she happens upon a very old, very magical manuscript, and her hands touching this manuscript kind of sets in motion a series of events that leads to an absolutely incredible story. Comfort level, a warm bath on a cold night with your favorite book. I boldly present to you the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. All it takes is a little bit of sugar and spice. This book, it makes no apologies for being just the most. This book is like a Hallmark movie in book form in the best way, and I fully embrace being the sort of person that loves a book like this. I actually just finished reading this book and I enjoyed the experience of reading it beginning to end. I loved it. I gave it a 5 stars actually, and part of the reason I did that is because it's so relatable to my life right now. The main character is 29 and turns 30 in 2 months, which is literally my reality, and she feels like she hasn't lived her 20s, or that she hasn't had the experiences that society makes us feel like we should have had in our 20s. And so she endeavors to cram as much life into the 2 months left she has of her 20s before turning 30. And yeah, it just resonates. It resonates as someone about to turn 30. And it also takes place September through October, or August through October. Just this time of year is perfect. She is the manager of a bookstore. She prefers books to the company of others. She likes to go to bed early. She has really good friends. Comfort level, freshly baked cinnamon buns. Oh, also very, very, very spicy. That's fine. Next, I'd like to recommend you guys A Bit Much by Lindsay Rush. And this is a collection of poems organized quite literally by the feeling you want to feel. It's broken into 4 parts. Let me read them to you. Part 1, when you have a crush on everything and everyone. That's the best feeling. And it's literally a bunch of poems for when you have that feeling. Part 2, when the monster turns out to be 3 dogs in a trench coat. Part 3, when you have main character syndrome and aren't looking for a cure. Part 4, when someone telling you to relax actually works. I'd say I've had that experience when I'm doing too much and someone I love tells me that I need to rest. So if you're feeling like you want to read something very mood specific, if you want just the perfect little dose of words beautifully strung together to support whatever mood it is that you're feeling, I recommend this. And lastly, hello Paddington. Oh my gosh. I love this cat so much. Oh. Lastly, we have Winter Solstice by Rosamund Pilcher. And I have spoken about this book multiple times since I read it, this time last year actually. And I don't think I can make a book recommendation video without mentioning it, because this book, it quite literally is the most comforting book I've ever read. The book follows several different characters over the course of many months who live very different lives that are all kind of relatable. Always there's something that I was able to relate to, even if it was a man or an older woman or a child. There's something so human about these humans, and they all have their trials and their comforts and their joys, and they're seemingly unrelated until by the end they all end up in the same house. It's snowing outside. It's Scotland, it's small town, it's the 90s, so it's not cell phones or, I don't know, internet. This book is a really good companion if you are going through a hard time and are just craving peace and quiet and soul-nourishing stories. Comfort level, it's a crisp autumn morning. You're alive and healthy and have just gone for a walk, and you return home to the smell of breakfast just made. And those are the 8 books that I wanted to recommend you. Look at these 2. We have 1 sleepy kitten and 1 sleepy dog, and the most comforting stack of books you could ever imagine. It's really easy for fall to feel busy, but comfort reads are the perfect invitation to just slow down and be. And I hope that the books that I've recommended feel like adequate companions for this fall season. I hope you get a little bit more comfort should you decide to read one. Also, before I sign off, I did want to let you guys know that my Cozy Things sweatshirt is available for pre-order on my website. I'm gonna link it down below as you do. But yes, if you want one, you could get one. This is me. I illustrated this by hand and then had the design locally embroidered in Portland. And I will be mailing these sweatshirts from my house to you should you decide to buy one. Cozy things for your cozy fall and your comfort reads. Okay, thank you so much, friends. I love you, and I will see you again soon.